Talk 1580 Editorial. I'm Dr. Nicordelai Corte. Less than 24 hours before a planned California governor's debate, USC and KABC Television Channel 7 pulled the plug after a week of growing outrage that not a single candidate of color had been invited to participate. USC says it was just math, polling numbers, fundraising totals, nothing personal. But here's the problem with that argument. Every one of the 6 candidates who made the cut was white, and every one of the candidates left out was not. At some point, the outcome is the message, regardless of the formula that produced it. The 4 excluded candidates, former U.S. Health Secretary Javier Becerra, former L.A. Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa, former State Controller Betty Yee, and State Superintendent Tony Thurmond, are not fringe figures. These are people who've won major statewide elections and served millions of Californians. Here's the deeper lesson. California is one of the most diverse states in the nation. Latino voters, Black voters, and Asian American voters don't just live here. We decide elections here. When the people organizing a debate about California's future build a stage that looks nothing like California, they're not just making a scheduling error, they're sending a signal about whose voice matters. Even some of the invited candidates called on USC to expand the field, ostensibly because they understood what was at stake. That said, it is worth noting that none of the invited candidates had the courage to stand in solidarity with people of color and bow out of participating in the debate. But we'll leave that alone for now. Canceling the debate was not a victory, it was damage control. The real lesson is that diversity cannot be an afterthought in the criteria. It has to be baked into the thinking from the very beginning. Voters of color are not a special interest. We are the electorate. With the KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicordelai Corte. As always, we welcome your feedback.
Flowers are blooming all over me. The water feels good, but I know what I need. 'Cause everyone needs just a little sunshine. Everyone's searching for a little more. But before you leave and you walk out the door, don't forget to bring just a little sunshine. A little sunshine.
Yo, 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 all you need is just a little bit of sunshine, and guess what? I have it for you today. I'm bringing sunshine and good vibes to your afternoon ride. Wherever you're going, I'm going to throw a little sunshine and a few rays in your pocket this evening. I am Dr. Sunshine, Shalonda Crawford, and I am going to roll with you for the next hour. I'm excited about the hour coming up. Today's guest in studio with me today is nothing short of the iconic Grammy Award-winning artist, the voice that has shaped R&B music, undeniably, a woman who has carried music and many of us through love, through loss, through all kinds of stuff, actually, heartbreak, healing even, and in many ways, she has told the story of our lives. In studio today with me is none other than Faith Evans. Hey, Faith.
Hey.
Thanks, Andy, for the hand claps. I feel like mine weren't getting it, but okay. Help is always on the way. Faith, how you feeling on this Friday?
I am good. Thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday. Thank God that you are in studio today. We're going to have a wonderful conversation. But before we jump into the conversation, I just want to talk a little bit about today. So today, the women of KBLA are taking over. All the women hosts, all women guests. It's the takeover in honor and acknowledgement of Women's History Month. So in celebration of Women's History Month, the total takeover continues all night long. We've got some great hosts to take us the rest of the way, including Jill Monroe, Tasha Thomas, Angelique Francis, Dr. Melina Abdullah, and a special broadcast later this evening of our annual State of Women in LA Symposium moderated by Dominique DePrima, which was recorded earlier this morning. I should also tell you that after we spend this hour with the incomparable Faith Evans, Guapale comes in studio at 7 p.m. as we celebrate her 25th anniversary of her classic album, Closer to. Okay, we all know the song. So it's going to be a great night as we continue our celebration of Women's History Month with the voices of women all day and all night.
This is what power sounds like. It's a total takeover. Women all day, all night on KBLA Talk 1580.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Light a candle, pour some wine. Grab a roll, the soft kind for a little me time. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear. Wavy edges for my rear. So let the softness caress your soul. Just relax, you're on a roll. Let her rip. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear.
Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has the same softness you love, now with wavy edges that tear better than the leading one-ply brand. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Small businesses are the heart of America. But you don't have to go it alone. As the nation's largest nonprofit resource of expert business mentoring, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses for free. Get the connections, education, and guidance you need with SCORE. We're ready to help. Find a mentor today at score.org.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Tired of being locked out of job opportunities and shut down by systemic racism? KBLA Talk 1580 stands with you in fighting for the rights of black workers, and we don't black down. The Los Angeles Black Workers Center is a dynamic alliance of workers, organized labor, community-based organizations, clergy, students, and scholars working collectively to improve the position of the black working class. The LA Black Workers Center takes a comprehensive approach to addressing the black jobs crisis. Their programs promote access to quality jobs, racial equity in hiring and retention, discrimination-free job sites, and they prepare black workers for employment in high-wage career track jobs. The LA Black Workers Center supports workers who need help protecting their rights on the job. They give workers access to quality jobs and remove systemic barriers to employment. And they are advocating for a fair deal for black workers in the new Los Angeles City Charter. To sign up for free career readiness training, get involved in organizing, or learn about union apprenticeship programs and trade registries, please visit lablackworkercenter.org. That's lablackworkercenter.org. Together, we can beat the black jobs crisis and build a more equitable Los Angeles. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
All the women who independent, throw your hands up at me.
This March, we're turning up the volume on the women who changed everything. KBLA Talk 1580 is proud to celebrate Women's History Month, honoring the trailblazers, truth tellers, and game changers who shaped our world, our culture, and our community. From the freedom fighters to the firsts, from the boardroom to the front lines, from the unsung to the unforgettable. All month long, we're celebrating the stories, the voices, and the conversations that remind us that women, Black women, have always led the way. Don't miss a moment. This is our moment. This is our story. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580, Los Angeles' home for the conversations that matter.
I'm your girl, you're my girl, we're your girls. Won't you know that we love you?
Everybody needs a little sunshine.
Let the sunshine in.
In your life.
You're listening to the Dr. Sunshine Show with Dr. Shalonda Sunshine Crawford on KBLA Talk 1580.
Your love is wonderful. So baby, soon as I get home,
As soon as I get home, this is my personal favorite Faith. This is my favorite Faith.
Is it?
It 100% is. Listen, welcome forward. If you are just tapping in right now, I am your host for the hour. I am Dr. Sunshine, and I'm in studio with Faith Evans. Faith, let's just get right down to, no, let's not get right down to it. Let's take it a little easy. I think the first thing I want to talk about, if you don't mind, is you have really written and recorded the songs of our lives, the songs of a lot of the experiences that we were going through. When you were recording, the songs feel like they're real life right now, that sincere. Was it like that for you?
For most of the songs, yes.
Yeah.
Especially like my first 3 albums, was very
personal.
Very personal.
It just feels like you're singing from a place somewhere deep down in there, and it connects. So thank you for the music that you've contributed to the world forevermore. I definitely appreciate that. But you're here today to really talk about the woman behind that. There's the you behind the music, behind the cameras, behind the glitz, the glamour. You are a mom, you're an advocate, you're a caregiver. Let's talk a little bit about the woman behind the music. How would you like to start us off there?
Well, I am all the things you just said.
Yes, phenomenal.
I mean, yeah, my life pretty much revolves around caring for my son Ryder, who's just turned 19. He's on the autism spectrum. In the last 10 plus years, I mean, really for his whole life, but I mean in the last more than 10 years, but since I've started to learn and be able to have more help navigating life as an autism mom, I sort of kicked into gear with wanting to be help for others and help others figure out how to advocate for themselves, or just kind of to connect some of the, bridge the gap a little bit, because the things that I have learned and I'm still learning about dealing with all of this is so multifaceted, being a caregiver, a parent of someone with a disability. Most of the insight I've gained has been from other parents.
Really?
Like this lady here, and so it's like with that I was like, okay, this is what I think I need to be doing while I know I'm, once I pulled Ryder out of school. Let me kind of go back. I pulled Ryder out of the district school some years ago, right before the pandemic. Okay. Because of, I just.
So at that point, he was probably in high school.
No. He junior was in right before junior high school. Yeah. So, and since he's been homeschooled, I'm at home. I'm not in the studio. I'm not on tour anywhere. And I felt like, okay, let me try and use my platform in a way that I can while I am at home, and while I am learning these things, maybe I can help teach some other people these things, So over the pandemic, Writer's Room, we started doing some free symposiums and stuff like that.
So Writer's Room is the name of
my nonprofit. Yeah, I'm all over the place right now.
No,
but yeah, I ended up forming a nonprofit in honor of my son Ryder, but with the goal of really being of service to others like me, parents and caregivers, and our children and adults that are neurodivergent, of course, but, caring, for the caregiver, and helping the caregiver. There's so much that if you don't know, you don't know. And a lot of these agencies and places that are supposed to be there for you to go and get help and support, sometimes they just gatekeep and, like just simple things that they could just tell you, oh, all you have to do is this. And it's like, sometimes they just don't,
Yeah, when you say gatekeep, and when it comes to mental health issues or health issues in general, gatekeeping is a tragedy, for real. But just now I have so many questions that just popped up in my head. The first question is, Ryder just turned 19. So 19 years ago, you were still touring and recording. How were you balancing a special needs child? And how did you even know? Like, that must have been let's start there. How did you know that Ryder was autistic? 19 years ago, we weren't talking about autism the way we do now. And obviously, we're not talking enough about it now, but even less 19 years ago. So what was the pathway to discovery like for you? Because I believe there are a lot of children suffering because the parents don't know what's going on.
For me, it was language delays, I noticed before Ryder was 2 that his, the milestones with certain words at such and such months or by a year old, I had 3 other kids and, I was like, yeah, I feel like he should be talking. And then he may have had a few words, but then he started to regress and just kind of babble. So I always felt from probably a year and a half that something was off. But his pediatrician at the time, really was trying to encourage me to wait a little bit and don't worry, every kid is different, But by the time he was about 2 and a half, I had then learned about the regional centers out here and, just trying to do research on what I should do if that is the problem, And I found out that I needed to get a written diagnosis for him in order to be able to access that. Yeah.
Which is another resource.
So I pretty much begged his pediatrician for a written diagnosis. That's how I got it.
You know what? That is bananas to me. That you as a mom are noticing something and you have to beg for the diagnosis. Did he, I guess the word is qualified, but did he meet criteria for some of the things that, you're begging for a diagnosis. Isn't it just a matter of getting an assessment to actually get the diagnosis?
Well, I don't know if I knew that much back then.
At that time.
But he did give me the diagnosis. So once I got that, then I was able to. But prior to that, I was just independently putting Ryder in like speech therapy and OT therapy because I'm just Googling what should I do if my child has autism, So.
But how did you know what made you think autism?
Well, because it was just, I probably had, a few around that time, and now seeing how there are so many people in his age group. Especially males, especially,
So is it more predominant in males than females? Okay. So it's more
And I think, it probably just was something that someone else or a friend of mine or just hearing a little bit about those the symptoms or things that come along with being on the spectrum. So that was the first thing I assumed, to be quite honest.
Now, you were able to get him connected to Regional Center, which is a wonderful resource for children on the spectrum or neurodivergent. It's a wonderful resource for them early, because 2.5 is early, and the sooner you can identify or get a diagnosis like you did, the better the outcomes later, right? So have you seen wonderful outcomes?
Yes. Not just from the being able to access things through the regional center, but and there's been plenty of strides. There's a lot of things that he may have regressed in, due to, now he's 19, so he's going through a whole different change.
Yes, indeed.
But yeah, Ryder's doing really well.
Yeah.
But, it's, how would you describe it? It's like up and down sometimes.
But
for the most part,
though?
He has really chilled out so much. Like, he's really, matured a lot.
Yeah.
Certain sporadic behaviors and things like that, they've really, really, really
here's
calm.
another thing, because you're like a musical mom. There's music all around you, and I've talked to I'm not an autism expert at all, as you can see. It's not the segment of mental health that I know much about, but I've talked to so many people who do music therapy and therapeutic music and music for people on the spectrum or with autism. How has that worked? Because there's that thing for you to fold in that passion, that love, that gift of music. Do you see it making or having an impact?
Well, Ryder happens to be musically inclined too.
He sings
like, he's
too?
He's
or
limited.
does he play?
He's limited with his language, but he can sing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he could sing. He's, that's all he likes. That's his favorite thing to do is like take drives down the coast and play the radio really loud.
Yeah.
And he's always singing. Like he knows all the songs and he hums ad libs when there's just music playing. I'm like.
So he got his own
really
little ad libs
like,
going.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm actually. For a couple of years, a friend of mine, you might know Jayla. Jayla was doing voice lessons with Ryder once a week, so that was like a part of his daily curriculum before she moved out of state. But yeah, I mean, he loves music, and a lot of our kids do.
Yeah,
like Sherry's son, he goes to dance. They do dance class. They do music class. So music is definitely something that. It's very soothing, and a lot of them really take to. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, music is good in a lot of different ways. I've heard that people with like memory issues, dementia, and all that, like music is magic. Music is magic for all of us. We started off the hour with me telling you, I just knew, Faith, that those songs were real songs because music is magic and you feel it on the inside. Mm-hmm. So it's not surprising to me that he connects in that way. Now, as an advocate, I'm hearing some struggle that you had getting, your son connected to resources. How would you? I love the fact that you're on, because, like you said, you can use your platform to inform so many people, your voice to inform so many people. So, how does the average person go about advocating for their child? What would you recommend?
Now you can answer that one better than I can.
So Sherry is also in the studio with us today, and
Sherry is the vice president of Writer's Room and also the mom of a 23-year-old
son.
Oh, who is also on the spectrum.
Yes, he's on the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Diagnosed when he was about 2.5.
Yeah. Oh, same, about the same age.
Yes, and I saw it early. My mom was the first one that told, like, something's going on with Joseph.
So what did you see? Or your mom?
My mom, the language, things.
So I'm hearing that missing the language milestone may be a big indication that you should look into it.
Language, eye contact, normal developmental milestones.
Mm-hmm.
Developmental milestones. One of the most important one would be the language.
So that makes me want to go back and try to connect again. So my question is back to music. Is it, so like for Joseph Ryder, is it, do they remember lyrics? Can they sing through things? Because I know language is a thing, but can they sing through?
Ryder can.
Yeah, I know that
if it's
language,
a word that he can get out. Some words that he might not be pronouncing it right, but he pretty much does remember lyrics.
Yeah.
From what, he tries his best.
to make it happen.
Son, he's more impacted with language. He's what they would consider limited verbal, nonverbal. Ryder has much more language. But Joseph remembers routines, like his dance routines. His memory is his strongest point. His strong point.
So is Joseph a dancer?
He loves to dance, yes.
Oh, wow.
That brain-body connection soothes him. It calms him down. Sometimes he needs it.
Yeah, my husband and I, and Shep wanted me to tell you hello, Faith.
Hey, Pastor Shep.
Yeah, he was like, make sure you tell my girl I said I love her. So hello, and he loves you. We were just watching a TV series. I cannot remember the name of the TV series, but in it, the dad character, the parents, they had a son who was autistic, but he could just dance and would always be moving and dancing. And we found out later with a little research that he actually is autistic and actually is a dancer. And I'm learning more and more that autistic children seem to be very creative and highly intelligent people.
Absolutely.
And sometimes that gets watered down, as with many things, because of the disability that's in play. Do you guys find that to be true?
Yeah, people definitely don't assume competence.
That's sad, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Because a lot of savant people are autistic people. and savant in many different ways. So all kinds of ways, right? Artists, musicians, dancers, etc., but very creative people, none and nevertheless. I'm just going to pivot a little bit because what popped up on my news feed last week was China. Oh my gosh. Talking about talent. You just have all these talented children. What is your daughter into right now?
Well, China does music. She writes, produces, and sings, but she, from what I see, she's working on a memoir.
Yes, she's working on a memoir. And it seems to be extremely musical, which is not surprising because she's dibbled and dabbled into music before. So you got the musical children and the musical genes.
Well, now, don't act like I ain't hear that theme song. Was that Madison? Which one was
that?
That
was Madison.
Oh, okay. I like the song, though. It was giving me like a Stu Gilberto type of vibes.
Oh, yeah.
Bossa Nova vibes.
Bossa Nova is exactly the influence for that. That was Madison and Nicholas, and then, of course, Malachi, our youngest.
So they're all musicians.
They are.
Oh, they can't help it.
They can't help it.
Right.
They can't help it. Your children can't help it either. Music is just the thing. It's definitely the thing. I have so many questions. I'm not sure if those of you listening have so many questions as well, but you can definitely join the conversation. You can call in at 1-800-920-1580 and holler at me and my girl, Faith. We're going to pause just for a moment. We're at the bottom of the hour, get some news and information, and when we come forward, more with Faith Evans.
Or on the other hand, you separate, thinking that the feeling's gone. Oh,
damn, girl, I don't know. Sometimes I always be tripping all the time. Well, you know, I don't know what he be talking about. He always talking about
feels like forever when we're together.
Turn it up. The women are running things. It's a total takeover. All day, all night. Right here on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. TSA agents will begin getting paid again, but the partial Homeland Security shutdown continues. Speaker Mike Johnson rejected a Senate funding bill that excludes ICE and border protection, instead backing a full funding plan supported by President Trump.
The Republicans are not going to be any part of any effort to reopen our borders or to stop immigration enforcement.
Officials say it may still take days to ease long airport lines. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth has reportedly removed 2 black and 2 female officers from a promotion list. Reports say Army leaders initially resisted, but the names were ultimately pulled. A Pentagon spokesperson declined to address the decision, saying promotions are based on merit. And Tiger Woods was involved in a car crash in Florida, according to the Martin County Sheriff's Office. The incident happened on Jupiter Island and involved 2 vehicles, with one flipping over. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Diamond Bar on the 60 heading eastbound at Lemon Ave. Looks like a stall is blocking that center lane, and it's causing major traffic from 7th Avenue. Now moving to Redlands on the 10 heading westbound before Alabama Street. Looks like that crash is still in that right lane, and it's going to be there for some time. It's going to be stop and go traffic from Tennessee Street. Now moving to Boyle Heights on the 5 heading southbound after the 10. Looks like a crash is in that right lane, causing major buildup.
LifeSource Water is celebrating their 42nd anniversary sale. Save up to $1,500 off the purchase of your new system. Call their local factory at 1-800-WATER-99 or visit lifesourcewater.com. Ends March 31st. Warranty limitations apply.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
There is a dangerous attack on diversity in the National Football League coming out of the state of Florida. Florida Attorney General James Uthmeyer sent a letter to NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell demanding that the league get rid of the Rooney Rule. The Rooney Rule, established in 2003, requires NFL teams to interview minority candidates for head coach and executive positions. Uthmeyer claims the Rooney Rule is blatant race and sex discrimination and that hiring should be based only on merit. Uthmeyer is threatening the NFL with a civil rights lawsuit if the league does not comply with his demand. Earthmire needs to know that the Rooney Rule was implemented because blatant race and sex discrimination was preventing qualified minority candidates from getting top-level jobs in the NFL. Yes, the Rooney Rule should be modified, but it does not need to be abolished because somebody thinks it's unfair to white people. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
All I need is one mic.
With the KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicordelai Corte. Less than 24 hours before a planned California governor's debate, USC and KABC Television Channel 7 pulled the plug after a week of growing outrage that not a single candidate of color had been invited to participate. USC says it was just math, polling numbers, fundraising totals, nothing personal. But here's the problem with that argument. Every one of the 6 candidates who made the cut was white, and every one of the candidates left out was not. At some point, the outcome is the message, regardless of the formula that produced it. The 4 excluded candidates, former U.S. Health Secretary Javier Becerra, former L.A. Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa, former State Controller Betty Yee, and State Superintendent Tony Thurmond, are not fringe figures. These are people who've won major statewide elections and served millions of Californians. Here's the deeper lesson. California is one of the most diverse states in the nation. Latino voters, Black voters, and Asian American voters don't just live here. We decide elections here. When the people organizing a debate about California's future build a stage that looks nothing like California, they're not just making a scheduling error, they're sending a signal about whose voice matters. Even some of the invited candidates called on USC to expand the field, ostensibly because they understood what was at stake. That said, it is worth noting that none of the invited candidates had the courage to stand in solidarity with people of color and bow out of participating in the debate. But we'll leave that alone for now. Canceling the debate was not a victory, it was damage control. The real lesson is that diversity cannot be an afterthought in the criteria. It has to be baked into the thinking from the very beginning. Voters of color are not a special interest. We are the electorate. With the KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicordelai Corte. As always, we welcome your feedback.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for voting rights. The midterm election campaign season is here now. The 2028 presidential election is right around the corner. When We All Vote is a leading national nonpartisan initiative on a mission to change the culture around voting and to increase participation in each and every election by helping to close the race and age gap. Created by Michelle Obama, When We All Vote brings together individuals, institutions, brands, and organizations to register new voters across the country and advance civic education for the entire family and voters of every age to build an informed and engaged electorate for today and generations to come. When We All Vote empowers their supporters and volunteers to take action through voting, advocating for their rights, and holding their elected officials accountable. It's all in for 2026 and 2028. Please visit whenweallvote.org to stand up for your rights, voting rights. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The sun will come out tomorrow, but why wait? More of the Dr. Sunshine Show right now on KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome forward. Oh my gosh. So let me not get kicked out of the studio. Rule number 1, don't be singing the artist's song when the artist is present. Welcome forward. You are listening to KBLA Talk 1580. I am Dr. Sunshine, and I am in studio with Faith Evans, and I'm doing everything I can. I can imagine, Faith, when you were in the studio with that one, you used to love. I can see your face. You know how you get those faces? Were you doing it?
Mm-hmm. And I always have all the lights out, so I can really like do all the characters I want to do.
Oh, you do?
Dark.
Do you have candles burning?
Typically.
Oh my goodness, I can just feel that.
But back then I didn't want candles. I just wanted it all dark. I was so nervous, like my first album.
Oh, really?
I would be standing like this.
So was it dark, like, don't see me, just let me
exactly
get into my mode.
Exactly.
I don't want anybody interrupting this. I told you, the music is personal, and we can feel that. We can feel that. Okay, so I did say Soon As I Get Home is my favorite, but I don't know. Now I'm like, boom, boom, I'm not sure. There's a debate. But to all of you folks listening right now, listen, this is, it's the Women's History Month takeover, and it continues, good people, all night long. We've got some great hosts to take us the rest of the way, including Jill Monroe, Tasha Thomas, Angelique Francis, Dr. Melina Abdullah, and a special rebroadcast later this evening of our annual State of Black Women in LA Symposium, which was hosted by none other than Dominique DePrima and recorded earlier this morning. I should also tell you that after we spend this hour with the incomparable Faith Evans here in studio with us right now, then Guapale comes live in studio at 7 p.m. You don't want to miss that. She's celebrating her 25th anniversary of the classic debut album, Closer. Y'all remember that. So it's going to be a great night as we continue our celebration of Women's History Month with the voices of women all day and all night. But we're going to keep this party going in studio right now. I'm going to bounce over to the phone lines. I have Detroit, Michigan in the house. And by me being a true Michigander from Grand Rapids, come on, Ben Frank from Detroit. What's good, my guy?
What up, though? What up, though?
What up, though, huh?
Hey,
I feel like BMF right now.
What up, fool?
What up, though? Yeah, this y'all day. You know, this KBL day.
Listen, it's KBLA, okay?
Exactly.
Thank you for calling in.
I love everybody in the, in the room, and the ones that's not in the room.
Oh, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we love you too.
Yeah.
What's good?
What
you got up for us today?
First off, y'all got a superstar in there, so respect to her.
Respect.
You know what I'm saying? And blessings to you and your family. I love what you do.
Thank you.
I do have a question though.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the use of auto-tune as a natural singer?
Ooh.
I mean, I actually have I could probably say maybe one or there may be auto-tune on some mixes, but as far as me recording with it, there are a couple of songs of mine that because of that was the style of the song. Like I have a song called Robot, for example, where but I mean, I personally find it hard to record with auto-tune. It throws me off.
I get you.
So I mean, I don't.
But what do you think about artists, honestly? Because the essence of his question is there are so many artists that aren't really talented, but auto-tune makes them sound great.
See, I'm not, but I don't know if that means they're not talented.
That's true.
See, their creative expression may have called for that. Or maybe it sounded better with that. But if you enjoyed it, then that's all that matters, right? If somebody likes the song, right?
Yeah.
I see you back there.
If somebody likes the song, that's all that really matters. I mean, I try not to judge.
We listen, we don't judge.
I try not to judge.
We listen, we don't judge.
But I love T-Pain, and he can really sing.
Oh, and he can really
sing. And he uses auto-tune, so I don't know. I try not to judge.
Okay, this is why we love Faith. She's not saying anything negative, Ben Frank. She's not going to do it. She says if you like it, she loves it. The question is really, what do you think about auto-tune?
I love it.
Yeah. What do you think about auto-tune?
I'm not against it. Like she said, some people need it. I mean, they can't sing. They need a little pickup.
I ain't say that. You said it.
I don't say that in dissing, though. I mean that in all love. They need a little extra boost.
A little extra boost. You know what? I love you for the call and for the question and comments. Thank you. Have a great
Thank you for calling.
Evening. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. So I would like to pivot back to the conversation on autism, and then I would like to talk more about some of the efforts that you're making in the arena of autism, because I really think a lot of what you're doing is breaking stigma that is attached to autism and neurodivergent people in general. But before I get to that, I wanted to ask you the question, did you have to at any point grieve that diagnosis? And I say this because mothers oftentimes in grief about, children with disabilities, their grief, like this is not what I hoped it would be, and they become sometimes negligent or hard on themselves. Was that something that was a reality to you?
I can't say that I didn't have a brief period of grief.
Yeah.
But it was very, very brief.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I gotta snap out of it.
Right.
Cry, pray, and because my name is Faith, I know that God is going to help see me through it and connect me with the right people and help me figure it out. And it's not always it's not easy at all.
Period.
Not at all. But it's my job. It's my responsibility. I'm his number one advocate, and this is the assignment that God gave me.
Right. Right, and He gave it to you because you have the faith that can move many mountains. It's what you wrote about, girl. But I just wanted to normalize that for parents. That there probably is a moment of grief, and you don't need to be hard on yourself about that. But then at some point, you do have to.
You gotta take action.
Pick up the toll and take action for the sake of the child that you love so dearly.
And I can't say that there aren't times now when I need to go in my bathroom and really pull it together. I mean, things happen. There's ups, there's downs.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're a lot further along with things. I'm a lot further along in, in the journey as far as having more of a community, my own community,
And you are creating
and trying to help others create their own community.
Yeah, we heal in community.
And be a part of our, writer's room community. That's what it's all about.
I love that because we heal in community and we suffer in isolation. So creating a community writer's room is good, not just for you and writer, but for so many other people. Now, I know that you have 2 big events coming up in April and another in May. When we come forward, I really want to jump into those events. I want to hear more about what you're doing and how we can get involved in these opportunities that you're setting up. So stay with me, good people. More when we come forward. Keep the faith.
For my memory, you make me feel like a robot. Overheating circuits. I do not know if I should stop. I've given all that I've got. First you got my mind like gotta let you send me. It's too much for my memory. At the beginning, potential's what you saw. Though my bionic parts.
One station, one day, all women. It's a total takeover on KBLA Talk 1580. All day, all night.
Let's get it on.
Hey LA, spring into savings with a special offer from LADWP. Now through March 31st, get a Flume device for free. What's a Flume? It's an easy-to-install home water monitor and leak detector that helps you catch leaks early and track water use. Don't wait. Order your free Flume before March 31st at ladwp.com/FLUME. That's ladwp.com/FLUME. Heading out of town this spring? Metro makes getting to LAX easier than ever. Just take the C or K train lines to the new LAX Metro Transit Center. Then catch a free shuttle straight to your terminal. Easy, affordable, stress-free. Travel smart. Go Metro. Final weekend, March 27th through the 29th. Don't miss Poetry for the People, the June Jordan Experience at the Fountain Theater. Experience the powerful life and words of legendary poet June Jordan on stage. Get tickets now at fountaintheater.com.
The Fountain Theater is proud to sponsor the Women's History Month Total Takeover, Friday, March 27th, amplifying the voices of women all day, all night, only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Breathe easier with the South Coast Air Quality Management District mobile app. Get real-time air quality updates, forecasts, and alerts when air quality is poor right on your phone. It's free and easy to use. Just search South Coast AQMD and download today. What's your air quality?
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is connecting you with services and solutions. Domestic violence and family violence is when someone in an intimate or family relationship tries to gain or maintain power and control over another through a wide range of abusive behaviors. Every single act may amount to abuse. Abuse can take on various forms: psychological and emotional, physical and economic, and sexual abuse. The Genesee Center Incorporated is a nationally recognized nonprofit domestic violence prevention and intervention organization, housing women and children from 30 days up to 2 years through emergency and transitional shelters. The Genesee Center also provides support services like mental health counseling, life skills classes, computer training, job referrals, after-school programs for children, field trips, tutoring, and comprehensive direct legal services. If you need help or you'd like to donate or volunteer, call the Genesee Hotline, 1-800-479-7328. That's 1-800-479-7328, or visit genesee.org. Everyone has the right to be safe. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Helping to make your life bright now. You're listening to the Dr. Sunshine Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
I know it's not too ghetto. I know it's not too ghetto. I said I know it's not too ghetto. You better check yourself, respect yourself. You better go for self because I flow for self. I'll tell you why there's no.
Hey, it can be too ghetto if I want it to be. It can be a little too ghetto. Welcome forward. You get no love. You just get no love. Actually, you get all the love right here on KBLA Talk 1580. And there's nothing in the room right now except for love. Love and sunshine go hand in hand, and neither can exist without faith. And so here we are with the one and only Grammy Award-winning Faith Evans. Faith, you get no love, the coldest bass line ever. And wasn't the video shot right around here somewhere?
It sure was, right here in Lamert Park.
Right here in the historical Lamert Park.
Yes, ma'am. It was so much fun.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. It was fun.
I know it's not too ghetto. I love that. That's one of your favorite songs, too.
It is.
I asked Faith just prior to coming on air, what's your favorite Faith song? And that was hard for you to do, but You Gets No Love was one of them. Mm-hmm. So... Okay, so while I still have you, you have two big events coming up. Can we talk about the two events?
Yes.
Let's talk about them. One on April 12th, which is a Sunday.
Yep, Sunday, April 12th. Writers Room is partnering with Fathers of the Community, which is an organization that Minister Hanan, right here.
Who is in the building, yes, Minister
sir.
Hanan.
You could talk about it.
Tell us a little bit about that organization. And so that is partnering with Writers Room. That's a no or a yes?
Oh, yes.
Definitely.
I'm like, is he saying no?
I'm like, bring the mic up and let's hear
Our
it.
community ministry has been around for a while. You know, we partner with your husband doing a lot of things.
Yes.
Doing our Global Day of Compassion and
Shep
stuff
Crawford.
we do within our, ministries and dealing with, different areas. And autism is something. This event is kind of special to us because we wanted to do it for our Global Day of Compassion event last year, and they were having a gala in New York, their first one. So Faith was like, "Yeah, let's wait and do it next year." And then we're gonna do it during Autism Awareness Month.
And so here we are, true to her word. Let's do it next year, and here we are. Also,
and it's gonna be hosted by Yo-Yo.
Right.
Performances by John B, Little C's.
Oh my goodness!
Other performances, yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yo-Yo, John B, Little C's in the house. I love this.
We'll have food, not free food. Food vendors, resource vendors, which is most important. There'll be amusements and stuff like that, but the resources and connections. So anybody that's a parent, caregiver, this is for the whole family. But there will be a lot of information to be gained, shall I say.
And the overarching thing here is to care for the caregivers. That's where the emphasis is. If you are a caregiver, Faith has put this together. You don't want to forget about the people who keep everything together. Sometimes there's so much focus on the actual person that has a disability that we overlook the people caring for those people. There's a lot of sacrifice there. There's a lot of compassion that has to be in place there, and there's a lot of effort and sometimes exhaustion. So I know you have here in studio with you the VP of the Writers Room Foundation. Tell us, what else do we need to know?
Yeah, just what you said. May 30th, that's our Caring for the Caregiver event. It's a day of wellness, holistic wellness. We'll have yoga demo. We'll make sure everyone is fed. Have lunch for everybody.
That's free.
That's free. That's free. A place to rejuvenate, because like you said, our lives are so intertwined with the person we're caring for.
Yeah.
At times we can't separate it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
How do you do it? Yeah.
You have to make an effort to do it. So this is what we're doing for our families, our caregivers.
Yeah, I think that is such a big thing. Now on May 30th, there's going to be a wonderful person present and in the building right in the middle of the event on May 30th. We can't forget. Somebody told me Dr. Sunshine.
Dr. Sunshine will be there. She will be there.
Somebody told me Dr. Sunshine will be there. So I think we want to make sure we let the folks know. I am so excited, Faith, to be a part of this effort. And I really, really, really want to applaud you. You said in the first segment, you've decided to use your platform, your voice, your reach, your exposure to bring awareness and exposure. And I want to applaud you for that, because there's so much stigma that surrounds issues of mental health in general. Part of what I want to do is just annihilate the stigma. And one way we can do that and normalize, mental health issues as just part of the life experience is by having people like yourself step up and talk about it. So I really, really commend you for that.
Thank you.
Anything else we have coming up?
We have a writer's room is on the move. We had the little engine that could. We have some other events in on the East Coast as well. We're doing an autism awareness event at a school in Newark. We're also planning our next gala in September, which is going to be at the Newark Museum of Art again.
So does gala mean that we can dress up?
Yes.
Oh, I love to dress up.
Get suited and booted.
Brother Hanan, Pastor Hanan, I'm telling you, girls, we're looking for a reason to dress up and get cute.
Yes.
So September, we'll look out for that.
That's September 26th. Hopefully next year we'll be doing our gala in Los Angeles for the first time.
Okay.
But, we have a great relationship with the city of Newark, so we like to, entertain those relationships. So,
yeah, for
but
sure.
next year, hopefully, we'll be doing our gala in LA. But I do want to add before we go, that May 30th event, there will be free transportation for residents from
2nd District, Holly Mitchell's district.
Holly Mitchell, hey, Supervisor Mitchell.
Yes, so if you need free transportation, please go to our website, hit us up at info@writersroominc.org.
Can you spell writer? Because it's
RYDERS roominc.org.
Perfect. And transportation maybe set up.
We have limited first come, first serve, but we have transportation to and from the event.
Ooh, that's pro thinking right there. That is definitely.
We want access. We want everyone to have access to this event.
I love that. I love that. And Faith, you're so easy to find, but let's just do social media anyway. Okay. And anything else you want us to know and to leave us with.
Well, thank you again for the opportunity to
Are you
come on
serious?
here. And thank you for being willing to come and bless us on May 30th. Writers Room does monthly parent support groups the last Sunday of every month at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. East Coast time. You can sign up our Everything Writers Room at www.writersroom.com. So you can get info on all the events, all the parent support group. But the parent support group is a place where parents and caregivers come. It's not recorded. It's like really kind of, you come and vent. And if you want to just listen, you can. If you want to share your story. But it's, it's always good because people just hearing that you're not alone in dealing and going through something sometimes.
To be honest,
to know
you're not alone. So we do have a question in the YouTube chat. Really quick, do you have to have a family member with autism to participate?
To participate in
either of the events?
No, I mean they're both open to the public. But the May 30th event, let me add, you do have to register for, which you can register on the Writers Room website.
Okay, which is Writers Room, RYDERS room. .com. And you can register there. You don't have to have a family member with autism, but you do have to register. Keep in mind, folks, I am Dr. Sunshine, host of the Dr. Sunshine Show on Sunday mornings, every Sunday morning from 8 to 9 a.m. Pacific Coast time. Please tap in this upcoming Sunday and join me. Get your week started off right. Faith Evans, thank you so much for being here. I want to say Dr. Hanan, Pastor Hanan, Brother Hanan, thank you so much for being here. Our VP Sherry, thank you so much for being here. And thank all of you for rolling for this past hour. Coming up next. Who's coming up next? Jill Monroe is coming up next. Y'all stay tuned. The women are taking over, and we're doing it, y'all. Hang with me right here on KBLA Talk 1580.
Never had someone to show me a love. Love like this before. I know you can see all the things you mean to me.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Florida Attorney General James Uthmeyer is calling on the NFL to eliminate its rule requiring teams to interview minority candidates for coaching and executive roles.
We're demanding the NFL